Hello everyone, I'm Anirudh from Group 448 under the mentorship of Ashok Sharma sir. My project is RAG Plus. So, as we know in a traditional RAG, LLM is connected to an external database. So, whenever a user gives a query, it performs a semantic search on the external database, and the output is given to the LLM to get a appropriate result, which increases accuracy and efficiency instead of retraining, which is a highly computational task, or the LLM gets hallucinated if you don't give it good data. So that is a very good RAG application. So, but the drawback is RAG cannot perform a reason intensive task when you give it a complex mathematic problem or ask it, this is my case, what applies and all. It may not perform well. So for that, we have a RAG plus. We have two corpus, application corpus and knowledge corpus. So whenever a user gets a query, it gets into a appropriate knowledge corpus mapped with application, and both of them are sent to the LLM. So this is our application. So this is our RAG Plus sample website. You have your sample questions. Let us take one of the sample question. And this is target word count, how much you want to output to be, which is, let us keep 250 words. You can implement both RAG and RAG Plus. So for now, let's take RAG Plus. How many knowledge points you want to use, like based on semantic search from 1 to 5. Let us take 3. And these are the up, application corpus. So they are getting generated. So this is the summary we asked. So if it is too long, you want to summarize it, we can click on the summer button. We asked for 3 knowledge corpus and 4 application corpus. So this is the summary generated. You even have the analytics, how many words, how many queries, how much time it took. So for increasing the transparency, we have also showed what all knowledge points, and these are the application cases. If you wanna look, you have the website Indian Canon from where we have taken. We have asked for 4 cases and what we have sent to AI. So this is our sample application. This is our GitHub, and this is where we have pushed our code, and this is our link. So one of the main features, key features is context-aware semantic retrieval. We have used cosine contexting for semantic searching. So based on which top points we have seen 1 or 5 top searches based on the relevance score we take. And we have multi-point mapping. In our basic RACPlus application in the research paper, there was no multi-point mapping. We have pointed one knowledge point to many application points, and we also have smart summarization. Like you have with a single button, you'll get the summary of what the LLM has generated. You have adaptive analytical engine, like how many words you want, how many cases or how many application points, knowledge points. You have a interactive dashboard, which basically says how many times you've used, how much time it took and everything. And you have configurable output, which says your targeted word count and everything, and good transparency. The use cases, in mathematical things to solve. If you give it just a formula, it cannot solve properly as shown in the research paper. But if you give a good examples, it will solve well. Even in healthcare, if you provide it with the symptoms, previous cases, and everything based on the user's symptoms, it can assess and give good results. And legal, which is our domain in which we are doing, with just a small query, it will retrieve all the knowledge points, which are basically our sections, and application points where those sections, in which cases those sections were implemented. So our project tech stack, we have used Streamlit for our front end, and we have used for API calling, we have used Gemini, Google's Gemini Flash 2.5, and we have used sentence transformers to convert the text into embeddings, and we have used cosine similarity search to perform similarity search, and Pinecone. It is a cloud-based vector database. So these are our tech stack and architecture diagram. As you know, first user gives a prompt based on the semantic search. We look at the knowledge points, and if based on the knowledge points, we map it with the application points. But the thing in our project specialty is if we don't have any application points, we generate using LLM and map it and give it to the LLM. So if not found, we give it to the LLM and then map it and then give it as a prompt. So our rack plus construction and construction stage, you'll have knowledge corpus, which is basically theory and application, where to apply this, and mapping between knowledge and application corpus. Now, in the inference stage, whenever a user asks a question, we perform some semantic search and look at the knowledge points and bring the knowledge points, and based on mapping, we map the related answers from the application and send it as a combined prompt to the LLM. Now, improvements based on from base model, what makes our project better? So multi-point mapping, we have used one one knowledge point to multiple application points, and we have even used dynamic application point creation. If we don't have any mapping of application points to our knowledge point, we will create one using the LLM. So thereby minimizing manual efforts. And custom legal, in our research paper, it is a Chinese research paper. So all the database, everything was Chinese laws. In fact, the data set itself is in Chinese. We ourselves have created a custom from scratch data set, which almost have 250 knowledge points. So that is our custom own created set. And semantic mismatch due to this, if lawyer and attorney based on this, semantic search may fail. It may not retrieve or get confused because of these terminologies. We have fixed that semantic mismatch resolution too. And benefits of our model, of course, we have RAG Plus is focused on accuracy and efficiency, and it is transparent and explainable because we show what all we took, what all knowledge points are we taking, what cases are displayed, and what cases, what sections, everything, including the link from where we are taking, are displayed so that you can see and bring accountability into it. And based on our results, you can enhance your decision making. Thank you.